14 in the NFL, so we have our predictions. But first, we have the slip of the week. Now, starting it off Thursday night, I got the Cowboys beating the Lions, the Dolphins beating the Jets, and the Commanders beating the Minnesota Vikings. Now, with that being said, let's hop into the predictions. Thursday night, I already just talked about this one, but I think the Cowboys are going to pull off a major upset, and this game within itself has massive playoff implications. The Lions are not even in the playoff picture right now, which is kind of insane to think about. But I don't know. It's not that I'm not rocking with the Lions. I really like them. But this Cowboys team is on such a hot streak, and I gotta tell you, what Brian Schottenheimer is doing over there, I love it. George Pickens is explosive on my fantasy team, but this Cowboys team is just different right now. It's moving. If they keep it up, they're gonna find a way into that wild card, and they're gonna be a scary playoff team. And I hope the Lions make the playoffs too, but I don't know if the Lions are gonna be able to stop them. I think Cowboys are gonna roll through them. Seahawks Falcons. This should be an easy game for Seattle, but we could get a Kirk Cousins legacy game. You never know. Kirk Cousins can be a productive quarterback still, but I think Seattle overall just has the better team, and this is still a Super Bowl contending team right now. Look out for Seattle. Then we have the quarterback matchup of the rookie class, Shedeur Sanders versus Cam Ward. And to be honest, I'm surprised it's so favored in Shedeur Sanders' favor right now. I thought it was going to be closer in odds, but no. They have the Titans as underdogs, rightfully so, because Shedeur Sanders is going to walk into Tennessee and go ahead and hand Cam Ward the number one pick, an L, and prove more people wrong. Give me the Browns. Commanders Vikings. I think this could go one of two ways. It could go it's absolute blowout, or we could see the Vikings put up a fight with their undrafted quarterback. It's not a great situation to be in Minnesota right now. It's not getting the job done. And quarterback play is just inconsistent due to injuries and just other factors. And so right now they don't have the guy they want in there. And it's just tough to scheme around that. And when the run game's not that strong, there's not much you can do. But this isn't a great Commanders defense. It's good, but it's not great. So I see a world where we can see the Vikings have some offensive power, but I think it's going to be limited. I think Commanders are going to be able to just take this game. Bengals Bills, game of the week. Honestly, this is just a really tough game. Okay, is Joe Burrow healthy enough and competitive enough to still compete with the really good Bills offense? And honestly, the answer is yes. We saw him on Thanksgiving. He balled out. I probably should have started in fantasy, but I don't know what to tell you. This is a Bengals team that somehow still has a chance at the playoffs just because their division is so bad. And it depends. This is the Bengals every year. Start slow, end up coming back and making their way. Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to do it? Does Joe Burrow have enough? Does Joe Burrow have enough to will this Bengals team to the playoffs? I don't know. This is a really good Bills team. And you can't count out Josh Allen, especially against this kind of Bengals defense. It's not that great. I think Josh Allen should ball out. So the real question is offensive shootout here. Just who's going to be able to get it done. And I got to trust Josh Allen here. I do. Don't get me wrong. Better offense is probably a healthy Bengals offense. But I got to trust my guy Josh Allen. I got to take the Bills. Steelers, Ravens. I could see both of these teams winning, but I just can't trust the Steelers right now. They're too inconsistent. And you could say the same thing about the Ravens. Both these teams haven't lived up to their expectations. But I don't know. I trust the Ravens more than I trust the Steelers going into the game. So let me get the Ravens. Dolphins, Jets. Now don't get me wrong. The Jets beat the Falcons last week. I could see a world where they get a win over a bad Miami team. But also, I just don't think Miami is that bad to lose to the Jets. I think Miami should have this one locked up and be able to beat the Jets. Saints, Bucks. Division matchup. There's a lot of hate between these two teams. We see it every time. Sadly, we're not going to see Mike Evans, so there will be no fight. But I would love to see a competitive game here. And Tyler Shuck hasn't been terrible, but this team just it's in a rebuild. It's not close enough. And the Bucks are still head of the division. They're getting the job done. They're getting the wins they need. I think they get a win they need right here. Give me the Bucks. Colts, Jags. A really good game here. I'm mixed. I'm a Colts believer. I don't think they're frauds yet. But I don't know. You can't justify some of these things they're doing. And they haven't been the most consistent. And injuries aren't helping them either. Sauce Gardner out last week. So I don't necessarily know if the Colts are there or not. And the Jags, I also don't really like the Jags too much. Don't get me wrong, this is one competitive division. The AFC South is up for grabs right now. And it's whoever wants it takes, and this game will decide who's number one in the South after this week. But I also don't see the Jags as not frauds either. The way I look at them is I feel like they're just not. They're there, but they're not. It makes no sense to me that they're number one right now. Don't get me wrong, this is a team that's playing good football, but I don't feel like it's good enough to be number one in the South. And with that being said, give me the Colts taking back number one. Broncos, Raiders, this should be just belt to ass for the Broncos. Raiders suck. Another really good game here. We have the Bears versus the Packers. The Bears are on a hot one right now. It really goes to show how much a difference one coach can make. Because Ben Johnson essentially inherited almost the same team and then put him right to work and got this team flipped right around. They're leading the North. I don't know the last time the Bears won the North, but they are leading it right now. And it looks like they might take it also with the 1 seed in the NFC. This is a dangerous Bears team. Now, division rival, Packers. This isn't going to be a good game for the Packers. I don't think the Packers have what it takes to hold up in this kind of game. And I think we're going to slowly see this Packers team start to crumble and fall out of the playoff picture. I think the Bears take this one. Then we have Rams Cardinals. I see a world where the Cardinals do get this win, but also I live in reality and I know the Cardinals are going to lose by a field goal. And so I want my team to win, but give me the spread by 3, Rams. Then we have Texans Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose this game, it's crazy enough to say they're not going to the playoffs if they lose this game. This is a must-win Sunday night primetime game for them. And could we see a little favorable from the refs? Maybe. But the Texans are on a run right now. They're hot. And I don't think the Chiefs have what it takes to stop them. Now, I don't think C.J. Stroud is having the best year. But I don't think, against that defense, I don't think Kansas City is going to have answers. I think we're going to see the Texans with what I think is an upset, but I might be wrong. But I think the Texans win this game. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, we have the Eagles versus the Chargers. Listen, I said it once, I've said it multiple times, and I'll say it again. The Eagles are the biggest frauds in the league. And the Chargers, honestly, they're not too far, honestly. The Chargers they haven't been what they want to be. And Herbert's now hurt, and that's going to limit them. And maybe Herbert doesn't even play in this game. But also the Eagles, the way they've been playing, it's unacceptable. And they get mad at A.J. Brown for calling them out. But if Jalen Hurts said it, they wouldn't be complaining. They'd say that's leadership. But the Eagles they're not there right now, and neither are the Chargers. And that's the problem here. I don't really know who to pick. I don't like the Eagles, but I like the Chargers, but they have injuries. And so both these teams, like I said, not where they want to be. But my heart is telling me to go with the Chargers. I think Chargers get the win here. And I think we're slowly going to see the Eagles start dropping. I do think they're a playoff team, but I don't know if they're going to have that division on lock just yet. Look out for the Cowboys. But those are going to be my predictions for the week. Let me know down below if you guys agree or disagree with any of them. And be sure to hit that like and sub button. With that being said, I'll see you all on the next one.